Okay, guys, so hopping back in where we left off, I obviously verified my phone number. Then you're simply just going to publish the gig just to show you really fast. It's going to take you to this page right here where you can, obviously promote your gig. I just say, I'm done. And then you'll see that your gig's created and you have one active. Now, this is what I mean. Now, this is the next step after you create that first gig for you. You're going to create 5 more, 6 in total. You can have a total of 7 gigs, but you're going to want to save that extra slot for one of the promotions that I'm going to talk about in the future. So, almost dropped my mic there, sorry. Might have gotten a little bit ruffled, but so got it back on now. We're going to move forward. Like I said, you're gonna build 5 more. That's 6 in total. Leave the extra slot open for you at the end because you're going to use that to do promotions later. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's a vital way that you can get more sales and more more money and more revenue on Fiverr is actually targeting gigs yourself, not just letting the search results come to you. Obviously, you're going to want to build 6 of them that are highly impressionable, and that's the way to go for the most part. But I'm also going to show you another method to actually attack and be on the offensive to get gigs and not just sit back and wait. So that will be, I believe, 2 lectures from now. But let's just imagine for a second that we have 6 gigs set up here with 1 extra slot not there. The very next thing you're going to do is you're just going to let them sit for a couple days. You're not going to do anything with them. You're just going to let them sit. You most likely will not get a sale right away. This is not to get a sale right away. You're simply just going to focus on seeing if your gigs get impressions and clicks. So this is where you're gonna come back 2 or 3 days later. You're going to see if your gig's getting impressions and clicks. If it's getting a decent number of impressions and a decent number of clicks, then that's a good thing. If it's getting a decent number of impressions and it's getting no clicks, then you might want to go back and change your description a little bit, or you might want to go back and pick a different picture because people aren't clicking on it because it's not, it's not adequate enough compared to the other listings that are there that being offered in that marketplace. So that's 2 things. You want to make sure it's getting impressions and clicks. If it's not getting the clicks but it has the impressions, you have to change your listing slightly. Now, if it's not getting impressions or clicks, or it's getting 1 or 2 or really low amount of impressions and clicks, I would completely just delete that gig, and then you simply click it and you delete it. And then you have an open slot to make another gig that's not that gig, because obviously that gig, it's not going to sell, and you're in this to make money, not provide services necessarily that you can do. The first and foremost that you want to do is make money and sell gigs. The second thing is, hopefully if you can pair that with something that you enjoy, then that's phenomenal. But you don't want to just push the envelope of trying to sell something that you really enjoy if it's not, if there's not a market for it on Fiverr. So that's how you're going to tell guys. You're going to see if you get the impressions and the clicks. You're going to let it go for a couple of days and see that. And then once you let it go and you see, whether or not you're getting them, you'll have a better idea. Once you finally establish 6 of them that are getting the impressions and clicks, that will let Fiverr take over. That will take the search traffic, to your listings, and then you can just absorb that and hopefully make a sale from that. Now, one thing that you can do, and this is, through Facebook marketing, is I'm going to go to Facebook really fast. And there's 2 things that you can do. Now, this is Facebook marketing, and selling your gigs on Fiverr. I'm also going to go into, finding gigs on Fiverr that you can actually, sell, that you can create, how you can create gigs that people are actually searching for on Fiverr, and that'll be the next lecture. And then on top of that, we're going to build an Instagram account and start generating free traffic to our landing page, capturing emails and selling them on Fiverr. Then finally, I'm going to talk about how you can build targeted email lists and send out emails to potential gigs for potential gigs on Fiverr. So the first way that you're going to start selling your gigs that isn't Fiverr organic traffic, because granted, people are going to be typing in searches and finding you organically, and that's great. But one of the mistakes that people make is they sit there and they build gigs and then they wonder why they're not making any sales. Well, initially, when you don't have any reviews and you don't have any sales on your gigs, Fiverr sees your gig as irrelevant. So you need to get some initial sales, you need to get some initial reviews and start pushing the envelope so you get ranked. Once you get ranked higher in search results for a certain topic, then you'll start getting more Fiverr organic sales. So one of the ways that you're going to do that is you're going to go to Facebook groups. And I talk about this in a lot of my courses. It's one of the best ways right here, groups on the side of your Facebook page. It's literally one of the best ways that you can use today in 2017 of generating free traffic to wherever you want on the web. It's digital marketing 101. Obviously there's Instagram traffic for free and there's Facebook traffic for free, and then you can do paid ads for both of them, and that's something else that I do. But if you're trying to generate free traffic, Facebook groups are one of the best ways to do that in 2017. So you're going to go to groups, and then obviously you can see I'm a member of 1 million groups because I understand just how valuable that is. But you're going to search for your topic. So essentially, email lists. We're going to actually go email marketing. And you see, this is a page. I would, and I've already tried to join some of these, so my requests are pending. What you might want to do is there's 2 ways to do that. I'm going to actually join I'm going to pull one up for us. Maybe this is a public. You can join public groups if you want. I prefer to join closed groups just because I like to keep my Facebook kind of private, and when I'm in a closed group, my audience and my friends can't see necessarily what I'm doing. But you can join public groups if you want, but just know that when you post and you like and you engage with that group, people all in your Facebook and friends list are going to see that. So I'm not actually going to engage with this public group, just to kind of give you an example. You can see that I try to join some closed groups, and when the request is approved, obviously I will be in those groups. But you can literally see here, 5,000 members in this group for email marketing, 5,000 members in this one, 558 in this one, 33,000 in this one. There's a bunch of people in these groups that you can target to. So one of the ways that you can do it is you can obviously post the link, and I can't do that right now because I'm in a group, or I'm not in the group. So let me pull up actually another page, and I'll just show you what I mean in case you don't have any experience with Facebook groups. One of the groups I'm in is Amazon Selling for Beginners. So that's to promote my FBA products and stuff like that. One of the things that you can do is you literally go in here. Let's just assume that I wanted to promote this gig and that this group was actually an email marketing group. One of the ways that I can promote my gig is literally drop links into groups. So I'll go in and I'll click this, and I will where's the promotion? Selling, promote yourself. There you go. And turn it to custom offer. Usually you can promote your singular gig, but I'm not seeing it here. Maybe I just need to live portfolio, no, preview. There we go, preview. So essentially, this is the URL for your gig. Now what you're gonna wanna do, usually you can literally see that, and I'm not sure why, maybe my setup is different on my other account. Usually you can just simply promote one of your gigs. So I would suggest just clicking this down arrow, previewing it, and then getting your URL. Then you're going to go back into your group. Obviously, we're going to pretend that this is an email group, an email marketing group, and obviously my gig is tailored around email marketing. So people that are into email marketing but don't necessarily have the software that I have that can build the targeted lists that I can. And if you don't know what that email software is, obviously you can take my email course and find out. It's phenomenal, and we're actually going to go into a free cracked version of that later on, and I'll show you later on in this course how I use it. It's phenomenal. It's really, really cool. It generates emails, based around certain targets and targeted keywords. It's really, really cool, and that's another way that you can generate leads for your Fiverr gigs, is literally creating emails around that target market and then emailing those people that your gig. You're not going to get a high rate of return, but you might make a couple of sales. So to go back here to this Facebook group, literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to post my link in there, and I'm going to let it load. And it's going to fetch the preview of my gig. And you'll see, BGG Media, I will build a targeted email list for you for $5 on Fiverr. Then simply, you're going to post this into the group with a little, invite that says, like something like, anyone looking for a targeted email list of up to 1,000 people, check out my gig. Something like that. Something simple. It doesn't have to be intricate, doesn't have to be complicated. You're literally just not blasting, but you're dropping links in groups so that anybody that sees them, that anybody that is a member of this group will get that notification on their news feed. Essentially, all you're doing with this is renting out somebody's news feed, because anybody that's a member of this group will get a notification that somebody in this group posted when they're scrolling down their news feed. So that's one way to do it. It's really, really phenomenal. You can join a bunch of groups and literally drop links in a bunch of groups. One little caveat for that, though, something to keep in mind, I have noticed that Facebook is cracking down on how many groups that you can join and how many posts you can do per hour. So I would say don't post more than 5 to 10 groups an hour, and that's even pushing it. I would say, stay lower, stay 5 posts an hour. Also, you don't want to join more than, I would say, 20 groups a day. That's even pushing it. I would say join ideally 10 groups a day and post 5 times an hour max to those groups. And obviously, if you only have 10 groups, you're not going to want to post twice or 3 times in the one day. Just post once. But just numbers to abide by. Just looking out for you guys. Now, once you do, you can obviously join. You can have hundreds of groups that you've joined, and you can continually post in those groups. But you just want to make sure that you don't get suspended, because Facebook will suspend you if you abuse that. And the suspension can last anywhere from a day to a couple days to obviously indefinitely. I've been suspended for a couple days before. It's not cool. That's why I say just post, a couple times, because it's better to post a couple times, indefinitely for days on end, rather than post a bunch of times and get suspended for a couple days and then you can't post at all. So, that's my suggestion. Take it how you want to and utilize it how you want to. But really, guys, this is a phenomenal way to get free marketing traffic in 2017. Target Facebook groups and drop links in those groups. In the next one, we're going to go over how you can actually, so we talked about the Facebook group ones, and that's one of them. In the next one, we're going to go over how you can actually find gigs that people are looking for on Fiverr. This is a great way, one of the best ways that I found to sell gigs on Fiverr and make money.